Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. We're having a little green tea today, and it is quite nice. Now, our last video, I did a little differently, so I didn't use my whiteboard, but I put the essence of that last video on here so we can discuss it a little bit, because our video for today will take off on these fallacies within the egoic belief system. Last time we got together, our subject was, and I'll read it off of here, did you know nothing is real in the illusion? And we live in an illusion. And these are three fallacies that are believed in the egoic system, belief system. Fallacy number one, your senses tell you the truth about the outside world or the outside environment. The senses don't tell you anything. The senses cannot tell you anything. But the belief system is, well, senses tell me things. I see things, I smell things, I do this, I do that, I touch things. It's not the senses that tell you. And this is not splitting hairs. This is important, and it's part of what keeps the illusion in place. The senses tell you nothing. It's a fallacy. Now you have to look at the other video, which I will reference, which will give a little more detail. The second fallacy, there is one outside objective world that we all live in. There is one world, outside objective world that we all live in. No, there's no objective world. Another fallacy in the belief that there's an objective world. And so look at that other video. I'll reference some other stuff in there. And the third and last fallacy that we discussed, not the last fallacy in the illusion, but the last fallacy we discussed, number three, the past is a place where physical and real things are. And you can go visit them and sit down and reminisce and bring up old memories, old experiences, old facts of life. And you will believe, oh, the past is a real place. I can go there and I can express myself in those memories. There is no past. It's a fallacy. There is no past. Very hard thing to get across in the illusion. It's quite easy when you step beyond the illusion and look back and say, oh yeah, there's no history. There's nothing. This is all an illusion. So, look at that other video and also the references that are in there. And right now we're going to change to our new topic, which will be quite controversial, I'm sure, right now. And here is our topic for today, And also for the next video, this will be part 1 of It's Surprising How Energy Turns into Objects. How energy turns into objects. Oh, this is going to require a lot of your imagination. So let's see how far we can go. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, put them down below and we'll try to answer them. Some of them I might not be able to answer. I don't know everything. I just pick out certain things that seem to catch my imagination and I think about them. This is the first one. We should be pretty familiar with this. All is energy. All is energy. All is consciousness. Consciousness is infinite. Energy is infinite. I'm going to add something to it. All is chaos. Outside of you, all is chaos and it's energy. All right? Now, in that energy, remember on some videos I used to draw over on this side of the board, usually, outside energy, and I had all that lines, different colored lines to indicate the chaotic outside energy. Well, I'm making a statement. It's all chaotic. It's all chaos outside of you. Now, how we bring that, turn that into objects is what the next couple of videos are going to be. So, within that energy outside are fixed patterns. As energy fields interact with each other on different levels, different ways, different combinations, all that chaos, patterns are formed. And the pattern forms, but the energy moves through it. Editing of this is going to be tough. So I will stop periodically during the editing and insert some kind of picture or diagram. Okay? In this one here, what to look for, patterns, fixed patterns, energy moving. As an example, whirlpools in a river. Here we have a small whirlpool in a little river, and it has energy of the river moving through it. Now, whirlpools can be quite big. They do form in the ocean, and they can suck in small craft. They are very powerful, and they are an object within the energy field. This picture is of a water spout in the ocean. Again, the energy is moving and the pattern is fixed. As the energy moves through it. Here we have a picture of a tornado. And with all of these examples, the only reason you can see the pattern within the energy fields is because of the debris that's on the inside that is moved up into the vortex. The water, the dirt, the sand. And without those, if you looked out over this field, you wouldn't see anything. Whirlpools. There's the pool. It's swirling. It has a vortex, but the river is flowing. It's not stopping, and the energy remains. That's an example of this, the fixed patterns within the energy system as the energy moves. The patterns stay. Now, why they stay depends on the flow of the water, the temperature, the bottom, how wide the river is. They can happen in lakes depending on different conditions. But the pattern is fixed and the energy moves. It's fixed right there. Now, also, you can have them in the ocean. They are in the ocean, usually at inlets or outlets to energy that's other rivers, other things that are flowing in and out can have patterns, fixed patterns within the energy system. Now that's kind of looking at the water, but outside is chaos and it's different energy systems that are interacting. We think of physical interacting systems, but there's other systems for which we do not see and do not recognize the patterns. We are inundated with all kinds of different energies for which our senses are not capable of seeing. So I'm just dropping that right now. Okay? Patterns move within the energy system. Patterns move. The pattern forms, and because of the energy system, the way it interacts with other systems, the pattern moves within the system. Okay, that's an example of that might be a water spout or something else. We'll have to think closely about that, but it does happen. Okay? Pattern moves within entangled systems. Entangled systems. Entangled systems. The energy systems become entangled, which basically means the two systems interact in such a way that they are one system. And then the energy patterns that form move within that one system. That's an example of that. Everything happens at once. All of these can happen at once. So that patterns are fixed, they're moving, they up and down. And you can think, we'll talk about it right now. If you have like a fixed pattern in a system, and then another energy system impinges or hits that energy system, the vortex of like this fixed pattern moving within a system, the vortex of that pattern, when it's hit from another energy system, it'll change the vector direction. And so it will go in a different direction until other things change, and then they're all combinations. Now, are you seeing why it's chaotic? Are you seeing why this is chaotic? What's outside of you, you think, well, I know exactly what's outside of me. The last video said, you don't know anything that's outside of you, because there's nothing outside of you but energy. Now, at this point, let's talk about A Course in Miracles, and something that a lot of people write about. And if you look through all the courses in miracles, they all talk about the lessons. The first lesson, That's where you got to start, right at the beginning. Okay, Course in Miracles, first lesson. Nothing you see from this room, on this street, from this window, in this place means anything. Nothing you experience with your senses. First of all, you can't experience with your senses because they don't tell you nothing. But we believe they do. So I'm going further. What you sense in this place, in this room, in this space, means nothing. Why? Chaotic. There are no objects. There are no objects in this part one. It's only energy, and it's chaotic. And there are different forms of fixed patterns. There's different forms of energy that move those patterns around. And all is chaos. All is chaos. How, then, do we take the chaos and create our world? We are tying much of the stuff that we have talked about in the past together. I've been kind of reluctant to talk about this because it takes so much imagination to begin to see these patterns in the outside. Now again, because I'm in the illusion, I'm using some of the language of illusion. We don't see anything. Our eyes don't see anything. Our ears don't hear anything. It's all energy. How that is turned into objects or sound or music or touch of hardness or softness or smoothness all starts with the outside chaotic energy that your senses absorb. They don't tell you anything because it's all chaos, nothing to tell. None of the information from your senses go directly to anything except the mind and what I call the active mind. The mind, brain, central nervous system. Those three things make up what I call the active mind. So now, here we are. I'm leaving you in this chaos to think about these patterns of energy that come and go and move, and what and how we take and turn them into objects. Oh, there's so much out here in the chaotic illusion. Be good to yourself. And we look forward to seeing you next time in this very unusual place that you have created for yourself, called the illusion. Bye now.